Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I'm Kim. This is my friend and helper Gussie right here, and you may see some other cameo appearances from some other furry friends. So get ready for that. This will be about a 30-minute gentle practice, focusing on the spine and the neck, trying to bring in some mobility, fluidity, some spaciousness, release some tension in those areas. So bring yourself into a seated position. You can sit up on something if you like. Bring yourself into a nice upright alignment through your spine. So your pelvis is not rolling back and rounding out through the back or tipping forward too much. You're finding some neutral spine, finding the natural curves of the spine. So you can find whatever seat works for you. And close your eyes. Turn off all that outward stimulation and allow yourself to turn inward now. Focus on you, yourself, body, mind, breath, and spirit, and take these 30 minutes just for you. Put down any burdens, any baggage, any mental or emotional luggage that you might be carrying. Just put that down for now. Let it go. Just be here, be you. As always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, compassionate, loving towards yourself as you move through the practice today. And if you like, to carry that intention off the mat and out into your day. Just take a moment to let your whole body relax. Check in. Send your awareness through your body. Just notice what's happening, any areas of tightness or tension or holding or bracing or gripping. And if it's possible, allow those tight areas to relax. Give them permission to let go of their holding, to soften, to release. Relax your feet and your legs, your hips and pelvis. Relax your buttocks and belly. Relax through your low back, mid back, and upper back. Relax through your rib cage, your chest, your collarbones. Relax your shoulders and your arms, your hands and fingers. Relax your neck and your throat. If you like, you could rock your head gently from side to side. Bring your head back to center. Relax your jaw, your tongue, the roof of your mouth, and your soft palate. Relax your face, your eyes, your eyebrows. Relax cheekbones and temples, forehead and scalp. Relax and open through the crown of your head. Begin to bring your attention to your breath now, just checking in to notice how your breath feels. Deep, smooth, steady, or maybe shorter, quicker, more choppy. Just notice. Now begin to bring in a count in your mind and count the length of your inhalation and the length of your exhalation. And take a few cycles of breath just to notice if the inhalation and the exhalation are of the same length, if one is longer than the other. And now take a few cycles of breath, beginning to equalize the breath. So finding the same count for the inhalation and the exhalation. And now take a few more cycles of breath, beginning to lengthen your exhalation. Make it just a little bit longer than your inhalation. Don't let it be stressful. A few more deep breaths like this, that slightly longer exhalation, which can help to calm the nervous system and bring in your relaxation response. Let that go. Now take a deep breath in through your nose, sigh it out of your mouth, make an audible sigh. Another deep breath like that, in through your nose, sigh it out of your mouth. And one more clearing breath like that, in through your nose, out through the mouth. Come back to your natural breath now and begin to bring yourself back to the present moment. Begin to invite movement into your body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can flutter or flicker your eyes open and find a soft, steady gaze on a point, your drishti, your gazing point or focal point, or you can keep the eyes closed for now. Begin to bring in some movement, moving through the shoulders. Now inhaling as you lift your shoulders up to the ears, exhaling as you release your shoulders back down. A few more times just like this, following your breath, inhaling as you lift your shoulders up, exhaling as you release the shoulders down. Couple more times. And then relax that. Now roll the right shoulder forward and then the left shoulder forward. Begin to roll the shoulders forward, taking it from side to side, almost as if you're rolling the shoulders in a figure eight. Right forward, left forward. And then we'll begin to circle the shoulders back. Now roll the right shoulder back, left shoulder back. And then continue this side to side. And then relax the shoulders. We'll move through the neck. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, gently drop your chin down towards your chest. Finding some space through the back of the neck, but keeping it easy and gentle. And then bring your chin back up to center. Inhale. And as you exhale, now gently lift up your chin, finding some opening through the front of the throat. Just lifting your chin as far as it feels comfortable for your neck. It'll be different for everybody. And then we bring the chin back to center. Now turn your head to look over to the right. Bring your head back to center. Turn your head to look over towards the left. And then bring your head back to center. Now we'll drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder. And take a few breaths here, finding some space through that left side of the neck. And then slowly begin to turn your head down. So you're looking down towards that right knee or thigh. And then slowly turn the head back up. And then lift your head back up to center. Now drop your head over to the left ear over towards that left shoulder. And begin to turn your head now to look down towards that left thigh or left hand. And then slowly roll the head back up, lift the head back up to center. Again, drop your head over to the right. Turn the gaze to shift down. Just playing around, noticing any sensations where you get some good opening, some good sensations. So you can roll the head around here a little bit. And then bring your head back up to center. Drop the head over to the left again, and then roll the head to look down. Maybe roll the head around a little bit. Find some opening through the right side of the neck. And then lift your head back up. Now drop your right ear over towards that right shoulder again. And then roll your chin down to your chest. Then bring that left ear over towards that left shoulder. And then bring the head back down to the chest. And then a few times, just gently rock your head from side to side. Over to the right ear, back down through center, over to the left ear. Roll the chin back down to the chest a few more times as you roll your head side to side. And then bring your head back to center and lift the head all the way up. Now take your thumbs to the back of your neck. You can bring the fingers to the back of your skull. Tuck your thumbs in right where the bottom of the skull meets the top of the neck. Just begin to gently massage your thumbs around the base of the skull into the neck. If you find any sticky spots, you can stay there. Send your breath there. Massage. And then release the thumbs. If you're sitting on anything, you can remove it now. And come over onto our belly. Bring ourselves into a Sphinx pose. So bring the forearms down to the mat. Spread the fingers. Root down through the fingers, through the tops of the feet, through the pubic bone. Just feel into your back. Just notice how everything feels right now. Just kind of keep that in mind as a baseline. Begin to bring in some gentle fluid movement here. So from your Sphinx pose, turn your gaze and look over your right shoulder. And then bring your head back to center. Now turn your gaze and look over that left shoulder. Come back to center. Again, turn your gaze, shift over that right shoulder. Back through center. Turn your gaze, look over at that left shoulder. Move through this a few times. Side to side. We'll begin to add on a little bit. Now look over your right shoulder again. Begin to look down towards that right foot. Begin to bend that right knee. Bring that right knee out towards the side. And then send that right leg back down the mat. You bring yourself back to center. Turn, look over that left shoulder, down towards that left foot, that left hip, and you begin to bend that left knee and bring that left knee out towards the side a little bit. And then send that left leg back down the mat. Come back through your Sphinx. over to the right side again. Looking over towards that right foot, right hip. You can bend that right knee, bring it out to the side. And then bring yourself back to center. Right leg moves back down the mat, over to the other side. Look towards that left knee, hip. You slide that left knee up towards the side. And then send that leg back down. A few more times. Nice and easy here. Beginning to slowly bring some hydration and some lubrication to the tissues around the spine, muscular tissue, the fascia, the connective tissue. And then we'll add on a little bit more as you come back over to the right side. Bring that right knee out to the right side. You're looking down towards that right knee, foot, hip. Begin to bring that left arm over towards the right side and roll onto that left shoulder. Roll onto your back. You can shift your gaze up towards the ceiling. Take that right hand to the right shoulder or hip or rib cage. And then bring yourself back over onto your belly. The left arm will come back into your Sphinx. We take it over to the other side. Left knee over to the left. You begin to roll onto that right shoulder. Shift the gaze up towards the ceiling. Left hand to the hip or the rib cage. And then you come back on to your belly. And then over to the other side. You can add on from here. Maybe begin to roll onto your back a little bit more and open that right arm out to the right side. Maybe you begin to extend this right leg out or keep the knee bent. So no forcing, just gently allowing your body to open into this gentle somatic movement. So we'll roll it over onto the other side now. Opening up that left arm maybe, and maybe extending that left leg out to the side. And just a few more times. I love this. I think it feels so amazing. So I could be stuck here for a long time, but we'll move on. But I invite you to try this and just spend a bunch of time here because it just feels so good. So freeing, so liberating, and fun too. Smile. And then we bring it back over onto the belly. Come back into your Sphinx pose, back onto your forearms, spread the fingers, and just feel into it now. Just notice. For me, I have so much more opening through my back now. I can just feel it. And now from your belly, we'll take it into just a little Cobra Flow. I'm going to turn and face the other direction here. So bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers. Press down into the fingers, hug the elbows in, press into the tops of the feet and your pubic bone. Begin to lift your heart up. And then lower yourself back down. And again, press into the fingers, down into the pubic bone, lift the heart, lower yourself back down. A few more times, lifting and lowering it into your baby cobra. And if you like, you can begin to bring it into your full cobra, press down into your hands, lift your heart up to your degree. Notice how it feels in the low back. If it feels too compressive, you just keep your cobra a little bit lower. You can bring the arms straighter or keep a bend in the elbows as you move through your cobra. Just a few more times. Flowing it through your cobra, lifting to your baby cobra or your full cobra. And then we'll bring it back down onto the belly, press into your hands, send your bum back to your heels. We'll bring it into a child's pose. Let's bring the legs together for this child's pose. So the legs come together, bum back to the heels. You can feel it through the spine. Release your forehead down to your mat or make a little pillow with your hands. And then take the hands forward. We'll come into table position and bring the knees about hip width distance. Let's roll through a few rounds of our cat-cow. Inhale as you soften the belly, lift the tail, lift the heart. Exhale as you round up through your back. Drop the tailbone down towards the mat. Roll it through. A few more. Bring yourself back into your table. We'll turn this into a dynamic cat-cow. As you inhale now, lift the tail, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, press into your hands, round up through your back. Bring your bum back towards your heels. As you inhale, soften the elbows. Begin to pull yourself forward, back into your table, back into your cow. As you lift the tail, lift the heart. Exhale, root into the fingers, round up through the back. Bring your bum back to your heels, child's pose. Soften the elbows and you come through your table and back into your cow. Round up through the back. Bring the bum back to the heels, child's pose. And then you take it through a few more. And then bring it into your table position. Now tuck your toes under, press into your fingers, down into your toes, hug in through your arms, lift your hips up and back into downward dog. Keep the knees bent, press down and out through the hands, down through the heels, and then walk it out here, pedal out your legs. And shake, nod the head here. And then slowly walk yourself up to the top of your mat or crawl up to the top of your mat. Let's come into a forward fold. For a moment, lift your belly up off of your thighs. Hinge from your hips, soften your knees, fold yourself in, let your head go. Drop your brain, shake, nod your head, look right, look left. Hands to the mat, or you can grab your elbows, you can rock through the hips, maybe sway the arms. And then bring yourself to center, hands to your hips, press into your feet, lift your heart, and come all the way up to stand. Bring your palms together at the heart. And then we'll release the right hand down to the right thigh, reach that left arm up along the ear, press down into the feet, lift up through the belly, and gently arch yourself over towards that right side. And then come back up through center, drop that left hand down to that left thigh, reach that right arm up, and gently arch yourself over to that left side. Reach up and out through the right fingers. Bring yourself back up one more time to each side. Right hand comes down to the right thigh, left arm reaches up, and then you fold it over to the right. Back up you come. Release that left hand to the left thigh, right arm up. And then fold it over towards the left. Back up to center. We'll bring both palms together overhead. And then hands down to the heart. Bend your knees. And then we'll step the right foot around behind you and over towards the left side, keeping the knees bent. Reach the arms up. Take the left fingers to circle that right wrist. Gently fold over towards the left. Come back up to center. Release the arms down. Step it back to center. Over to the other side. Bend the knees. Step that left foot around and over towards the right side. Reach your arms up. Right fingers circle that left wrist. And you gently fold over to the right. Back up to center. Other side again. Bend the knees. Step that right foot around. Over to the left. Arms reach up. Left fingers circle that right wrist. Arch yourself over towards the left. And if you like, you could play around with straightening that right leg. We're making it a little bit straighter. And then back up through center. Bend the knees. Step that left foot over behind to that right side. Arms come up. Right fingers circle that left wrist. And you gently arch over to the right, maybe straightening that left leg. And then back up to center. Palms come back to the heart. Take the arms out to the sides and up. Palms come together overhead. Soften the knees. Pull the hips back. Fold in. And then take your fingers to your shins or your thighs. Press into the fingers. Lift up the belly. Bring your torso about halfway up so your torso is parallel-ish to your mat. Lengthen out through the crown of your head and then soften your knees and fold yourself in. Let the head go. Again, come halfway up. Fingers press into the shins or the thighs as you lengthen through your spine and then soften your knees. Fold in. One more time. Halfway up to that flat back. And then fold yourself in. Bend your knees. Get your hands down onto your mat. Step your feet back into downward dog. Pedal out your legs again. And then lower your knees down to the mat. Legs together. Send your bum back to your heels. Child's pose again. Maybe rock your hips side to side here, if that feels good for you. And then bring your hips back to center. Come back up to sit on your heels. Drop over to one hip, swing your legs around. Bend your knees, plant your feet down on the mat. Reach forward with the arms and slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Draw the knees into your chest. Curl yourself up, bring your forehead in towards your knees. And then release back down, hands around the shins. Gently rock yourself from side to side. Cross that low back, sacrum. And then bring it to center. Extend your legs down the mat and bring yourself into Shavasana. Final relaxation pose. If you like any props to support yourself here, please make yourself comfortable. You can tuck a bolster underneath your knees or a pillow underneath the knees or rolled up blanket. Tuck a blanket behind the back of your head or roll up the edge of a blanket. Make a little neck roll for behind the back of the head. Let yourself feel supported so that you can totally relax. Let go. Let gravity have you. Take these last few moments to integrate and absorb the effects of your practice. Please stay in your Shavasana for as long as you like, as long as you have time for. The longer the better. Such a wonderful thing to do for yourself. Just be here. When you feel ready, when you feel complete, begin to call yourself back. Invite movement in. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll out your wrists and your ankles. Yawn, sigh, wiggle, stretch. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Connect back in and notice how you feel now. Come back to your intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself. Be your own cheerleader. Be on your own side. You're awesome. Thank yourself for showing up for your practice today. Release your hands. Slowly roll yourself over to one side. And then slowly use your hands to press yourself back up into a seated position. Bring your palms together at your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. With love and gratitude, namaste.